Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. Just gonna get my headphones unplugged real quick. Alright, welcome in. So today's Tuesday. Today is indeed Tuesday. And here I am streaming, which is not something that I normally do. And that is mainly because I'm homesick with the kiddo. Poor Sam came home on Thursday from daycare and had a runny nose that has since progressed into a cough. He was up 1, maybe 2 degrees for a fever, and yeah, it's just all around been very uncomfortable. So here I am. He is napping at the moment, which was thankfully easier than it could have been. Some days he does not want to go down for a nap, but since we sleep trained him, that's been going quite a bit easier. Yeah, so it's nice to have him sleeping, and so I'm only going to really be able to stream for as long as he's asleep today. And once he's up, we'll be done for the day. Strange Cur, thanks man, appreciate it, but no thank you. Yeah, no thank you. But yeah, so let's go ahead and jump into it today. So when I was streaming back on Thursday, it was kind of like a hey, welcome back. And yeah, so we have some work to do. Since the stream, I have managed to do a little bit more work here on level 4. So I was able to go in and kind of add a little bit of a back wall back over here. And from there, I've managed to add a little bit, just kind of finish some of this piece here and add in some wood up here and basically just kind of get the trees started. You know, I'm definitely feeling a little bit of like the idea crunch, making my ideas turn out the way that I want them to. So usually when that happens, I just kind of have to build. And so that's what I'm going to end up doing. I don't actually know fully what I want to do here. Like I do, but I don't. And it's like I know what to do, but I don't know how to make it happen. So I am just going to go ahead and give it a try. So let's go ahead and wait for night. Okay. And let's go ahead and plop down here. So one of the things that we can always start with is the ever fun process of building up exteriors. We all know how much fun this is. Okay, let's go ahead and fix something real quick. I think those block placing sounds are a smidge too loud. Okay, and blocks. Cool. Let's give that one a try. But yeah. That seems a little loud still, so maybe I'll make another adjustment on that. $15 maybe. Okay, yeah, that seems a little bit better. Yeah, the amount of feedback from it is much better. But yeah, so basically what we're doing here, we're going to go ahead and build up some trees. I know I'm doing this in creative, but you know, that's just kind of where I'm at right now. Is some of this stuff is like so big and uses so many resources that the number of hours that it would take to just get all of these things is just too high. I unfortunately do not have the time, especially with a sick kid, to actually go and collect all of these, even with tree farms and stone generators and stuff. I just don't have time. So I have to make a choice there. Do I want to actually put products out for my friends on the realm? You know, products, not even like a sellable thing. Do I want to put it out, or do I want to, go through full survival? So my thought is I'd rather give them something to play and something to enjoy alongside of their normal Minecraft life, and then just deal with the fact that I did it in creative inside of my own conscience, which at this point does not care. So we're building trees, and these are going to be very plain trees for now. Basically just getting a general shape of, just doing a little bit of a cylinder, and then we will be adding in detail later. But these are going to be the 4 pillar trees that basically hold up the inside of our cavern that this whole level is going to be in. And basically what's going to end up happening is the player will scale these trees. There will be, pathways in, on, and around these. And basically will get you up to the higher portions of the level. For the most part, it'll get you almost to the top, and then there will be another path from there that'll take you up to the very tippy top. Let's see, what else? Yeah, some of the inspiration from this is coming out of, I think it's Machna Forest, like these trees. It's Machna Forest from Xenoblade Chronicles, which, coming here in some future streams, I'm going to be likely playing that as well as some other games. So out of Xenoblade Chronicles, basically there's just this giant tree that's on the back of the Bionis or shoulders or something. I forget exactly where it is. But in a sense, what happens is it's just this enormous tree that you scale, and you're on the inside of it, and there's, the Napon that live in there and stuff. And basically it's, they've got their whole city that's inside of this tree, and there's paths that go, around it and across it and stuff, and then will get you up to the top and stuff. And then from there you end up going to Alchemoth and Prison Island, which is somewhat what I'm after here, is just that effect. We're gonna go up through this whole thing and end up somewhere else. And another thing for wanting to do all of this in creative is up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. This would not be quite as possible, and this would take forever, because this is about as quick as I can make it go in creative. So I just simply do not have the time to put into it the way that I did for the first 3 levels, knowing that I've got 9 more. One thing too I'm thinking about is I'm doing this tree out of oak wood, and I'm not sure if I want to make the other trees out of oak wood as well, or if I want to change the wood type with that. Part of me is thinking that we could probably do 3 of them out of one wood type, out of oak, and then that 4th one be different, just because it does sit in a different portion of the level that's very much going to be segregated from here by those mountains that are down below. So that's something to keep in mind as well. All right, final pass. And perfect, so that's done. So here's the 3 trees that are basically all within one section. There's the 4th tree. that one's in the... Basically, these are two different biomes that are going to be separated by this little section of mountains. And so I'm thinking that since this is a little bit more barren, maybe these are the barren trees or something like that. Super plain and simple, but then that one can be a little bit different. I just don't know what to do with that one yet, and that's still an idea to be fully explored. Okay, so I think that's good. Honestly, I don't really enjoy building these trees. I only have so much attention span for that. And one of the things I did here was in building this back wall. This is super plain, but for the most part, like nobody's really going to see this. It's just kind of a shell. That's going to go upwards and it's going to basically meet up here. My hope is to make that connect here. So this is just going to come down. I think it's only about 30 blocks different. So it's going to come down, hit here. And I'm thinking maybe it'll go up a little bit and then kind of come back down, make a bowl for the top of the level where all of the crystals and stuff are going to sit. And then that's going to kind of reach over to there and then drop down. And I do want to extend pretty far into the ocean. Because I do have an ocean-based level that's going to be out there. I'm not sure exactly where I want to put it, whether that's there or there, but I do have that space that I do want to use. Actually, one of the things that I saw recently is that we can change our render distance, and I want to check that out. Maybe that's under video. Let's see, 35 chunks. Okay, so this is some of the stuff that's outside of the realm. Respawn radius, tick speed. Okay, well, I guess we can't do that here. Interesting. It's not an add-on or anything, so... Oh well. I just thought it would be kind of nice. I like to be able to see as far away as possible. And especially in doing a lot of the New World work through Amulet and having it not be on a realm, I could see all the way out there and pretty much see my industrial district just sitting out there. All right, let's see here. Maybe what we can do is we can go ahead and start adding in some layers here because this is one cliff basically with a segment on top of it. I think this is going to be the overview spot that I was talking about last time. And then I think what I'm going to do is like these trees do kind of have rings at the top of them, kind of capping them. I'm thinking that the pathway that I'm going to do to like the artifact temple is going to be across this area. So we'll have to see exactly how to do that. A lot of these ideas are still to be fleshed out now that I'm actually doing this. So it's a little bit different and kind of difficult to like actually figure out. Okay. And then some of it's just going to kind of get capped off right here because a lot of this will be visible from inside the level, but once you're no longer inside of it, you can't quite see it. So I guess let's just go ahead and do this and get building here. It's really funny. I'm sure you can really hear my mouse clicking, and because of the number of times I've built a wall like this, my clicker squeaks, which is rather hilarious to me, but mildly annoying at the same time. Alright, so I hadn't quite finished this part because there's that good old squeak. So one of the things too that I'm working on, a little side project that I've been doing while working, is there's no music right now in the background. There's nothing going on for the stream, and to me, I would like some background noise. And one of the things that I was doing is I found BandLab, just because I have a free Magic Music Maker X thing, because everybody has to have an X in their name. One of the things that I've done over the last couple days is I found that program, and basically what it does is it just kind of lets you work on creating music, and that's exactly what I did. So for today's stream, I actually had a song that I had created and basically just titled it Happy Intro, just for the sake of saying this is meant to be an introductory song. But it was something that I worked on, and it was really cool because they have this AI song starter thing. I'm not the biggest fan of AI because I really don't like the idea of, AI kind of taking over. That is actually one of the reasons why my company had a ton of layoffs, is because some of the stuff could just be automated. And once they figured it out, they're like, cool, we're going to go ahead and slash 34% of the company. And it was awesome. We're all happy to find that our efficiencies are now costing us our jobs. But though I don't like AI, I am completely brain dead when it comes down to music. I'm one of those people who has a very creative mind, but can absolutely not get out of his own way getting any of that down. Minecraft is about the only thing that I can do where I can get most of my ideas down from what's in my head. And so I'm pretty musically illiterate. I don't know how to hold a beat. I don't know how to do anything whatsoever. And so this AI song starter thing would basically create about 30 to 60 seconds worth of a song for me. And then from there, I could go in and edit it. And that's exactly what I did. I took what it would give me, and I went through many different iterations. I think I have 8 of them. And I just kind of played with it a little bit. Some of the most simple playing with it you can do, but I took what it gave me and was like, okay, let's go ahead and let's remove this segment for 8 bars or whatever, and then have it come back in. So today's intro song was actually the the culmination of me working on some of that. So not my own efforts that actually produced that. It was the AI that did it, and then everything from there I just took. So I also had some paid subscriptions to places like Epidemic Sound and stuff like that, so that I could actually have some royalty-free music, which is the reason why I've done that to begin with, because I want something in the background, and having Epidemic Sound really allowed me to have just music that I didn't have to think about. But I also didn't feel like paying a bunch of money. It's really not that much. I think it was $17 after a price increase per month. So got rid of that, and now I'm making my own. So pretty soon I'll have a song that'll just kind of be looping in the background, and then eventually my hope is to have a full-on soundtrack going on in the background too. Man, doing stuff like this really takes me back to when I built that thing. I spent way too many hours playing on that mountain, just trying to get it built. And that was an absolute pain in the neck. I don't miss that. I do, but I don't, because it was just super mind-numbing, but sometimes you can only deal with mind-numbing stuff for so long. Well, hello, Professor K. Happy to have you here. I was glad to have you even for a little bit. Enjoy some grading. Hopefully you don't mind my mind-numbing block placing and murderous tendencies to get rid of these guys. Even though it's creative, I just cannot stand these guys. Also, happy to even have you here because this is definitely a surprise stream. With Sam having gotten sick, I had to take the day off so that I could take care of him since he can't go to daycare. So no, not using creative and then copying and pasting. This is the actual world. I am mostly building the game now in creative here in the world, just because I just don't have a whole lot of time. Even with working, it's just been difficult to dedicate a whole lot of time to the building of this, and it's just, honestly, it's too difficult to spend 9 to 12 months building one level. It'd take me 12 years just to build the entire project. So I'm outright just building this. Now, a lot of what I did in the game, so like basically like the actual Minecraft playing portion, was in survival. But when it comes down to building this is all going to be in creative. And then if I bring anything over, I'll probably edit it in creative in my separate world and then bring it over here. I'm going to try to do that as little as possible, though. Let's see, I really got to figure out what I want to do with some of that. But yeah, so poor Sam, we were concerned he had RSV again, because he had that 11 months ago. He had it back in January. We don't think he does. His fever is really low. He's at like 99 right now, so he's only 1 degree above typical temperature. So in all reality, we think he's actually okay. It's just his cough. I think he's starting to get a sore throat from it again. And the last time he had a sore throat from his cough, he would like cough and it would hurt, and so he'd scream, which would make him cough more, scream, cough, scream. Yeah, so that poor kid. Yeah, none of us like being sick. Yeah, I know I don't like it. And yet I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up with it, whatever he has, because I have spent as much time with him as I have. I'll be with him on Thursday again, because he's not going to be well enough on Thursday. Like, he won't be symptom free for long enough to send him to daycare, and I'll have the day off. So I'm just gonna spend that day with him, and then I'll have him on Friday. So I'm gonna spend quite a bit of dedicated time with him while he's sick. So the likelihood that I'm gonna get it is quite high. Okay. Let's see, just gotta make sure I'm still inside. Gotta make sure I'm inside this mountain. I never really thought I would build like some little mountain pieces. I'd love to grade for you. But at the same time, I was reading a book earlier today while Sam was playing, and kind of falling asleep during it. So I don't know if it's a good thing for me to grade. I'll probably fall asleep within the first paper. I have noticed that I don't read as many books as I used to, so I'm not as used to the effort of reading like I used to be, and so it very much puts me to sleep. Yeah, I don't envy teachers right now dealing with students using AI to write papers. Like, I just, yeah, the ethics behind that one, I don't even want to begin. I don't even want to get involved with that because, like, for me, I'd be like, yeah, well, I can use it and it can like make a better paper. But for me, I'm one of those people, I use stuff like that to better my writing, not write something for me. Like, no, thank you. Like, when I did the song, that intro song, basically, I did it to get me started because I don't know the first thing about making music. So I, for the most part, was just like, I need you to start it for me, and then I'm going to sit here and play with it and then make it my own. But at the same time, I'm also going to admit that I definitely used AI for this. Oh my gosh. So the papers are supposed to be about themselves and their experiences. Yeah, then that is like pure laziness. Ouch. Yeah, I am really sorry. And then the worst part is you call them on it and they don't want to be called on it and be wrong, and they're going to get super defensive and call you names. So there are many reasons why I'm grateful I'm not in education. That's one of them right there. Now, Professor K, were you here at the intro of this? If you want, I can always share that song with you, give you some music to listen to. Yeah, and I can understand the overwhelmed part, that's for sure. All right. Well, Professor K, I will pull up the intro song and play that for you. Maybe what I can do is I can even find the other song that I've made that I haven't quite published yet and play that as well, just to give you some soothing background noise. You have to tell me how the volume is. I have it at 20% for this, so just let me know what you think of it. That's definitely a good compliment. Chill and easy to listen to. And there it is. 3 minutes and 23 seconds of that whole thing's glory. So, hopefully you enjoyed that. And then if you would like, I can also put on, where to go? Chill Rabbit Dusk. Yeah, that one in particular I want to use as my intro song because it's only 3.5 minutes long. And generally what I do when I start a stream is I turn it on and then I leave the starting soon screen on for a little bit, while I'm just kind of gathering my bearings and stuff. So I think I'm going to use it for that. It's funny because this next one I think is the one Megan was saying, you should go ahead and use this as your intro. But I'm like, no, but I made the other one specifically for it. So if you want, check this one out. This is one for sure that I'm going to use in the background. And then hopefully the volume on this one isn't going to absolutely destroy us. In case you're not quite catching on, I definitely had a very specific vibe in mind, and that was very much a non-disruptive, chill-based vibe. Like, there were some definite, faster ones, and I'm like, no, that's cool. That's going to have its place. I'll want a faster song here and there. But for the most part, something more chill, something much more relaxing is good, because in the end, I'm playing Minecraft. I'm not playing Fortnite. I'm not playing Diablo. I'm not playing Assetto Corsa. I'm not playing any, kind of action-based game. So really no reason why I need to have some super fast-paced music. I also don't know why I'm filling this in. Because I don't need to. Okay, so that's starting to take some shape. down a bit. Good to know I got the chill vibe down. Yeah, that's definitely going to be the hope. I like the idea of people coming here and being able to relax. Was that it? Man, it's amazing how quickly 5 minutes and some change will disappear. So that was a 5-minute song. So I'm excited to be able to start using stuff like that. So I want to make sure that I actually have some good stuff. Oh wow, got a whole paper crate. I mean, I can always hit replay. In our reality, like, that's the point of that, is to have stuff in the background so that, you know, it's not obtrusive at all. That's my goal. I don't know what's going on, but I keep getting disconnected from the chat, which is really weird. That's so weird. Okay, well. Huh. So you did too. I wonder if that's just something to do with Twitch then. Because that happened to me before the game, like shortly after the stream started. Oops. All right. Cool. So I think that's good. So this is part of the entryway. I can't remember if I actually want to make this somewhere you can go or not. Yeah, it could be, but you and I both got disconnected at the same time. I don't know. Oh well. Okay, so let's connect this. I see what you did there. You know, it's really interesting. There's sounds going on outside that very much sound as if Sam was waking up. And it's like, you guys can stop that right now. The last thing I actually want is him to be awake, but he's sleep trained, so he knows how to go back to sleep. So it's not exactly the worst thing in the world, but it's certainly not what I want. Because when he's awake, he's coughing, and I just feel horrible for him. I forgot there's no regular stone walls. It's such a disappointment. Okay, so there's one way in. Okay, that's going to have to get covered. And then player drops down. Could probably make this into a pond of sorts. Okay. That's supposed to lead somewhere. This is also going to lead around and in. Okay, and then this is going to lead up. It's funny, all I can hear is squeak, 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 coming out of my mouse. Okay, this is going to be a dead spot. Let's get rid of the torch. Okay. Just cover that now. Okey-dokey. So let's kind of close this off a bit. And then we'll enclose it. Squeak, 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 squeak. Squick, squickety, squickers. Actually, that wouldn't be too low. I think that's good. Let's actually do dark gray so we can see this a little better. So Professor K, question for you. Have you been keeping up with Tango Tech's streams? Or at least any of the Hermitcraft server. As I will say, the only thing I've actually kept up with is Tango's streams and VODs. Nothing else, sadly. Okay, good. I'm glad you've at least been watching Tango. I've really been enjoying him and everything about Decked Out 2. I can't wait for the world download because you better believe I'm going to have a copy of that. Also, Baldy Beardy, welcome in. Glad to have you. Let's see. Yep, okay, so that's Joe Rabbit. 20. There we go. Gonna have some chill music in the background. What's playing in the background? Yeah, that's kind of where I've been too. Half the time I can really only watch on, like, I'll have his streams going, but I'm not listening to them. Where did you go? There you go. Like, I'm not actually actively listening to him. I just have sound off. But I've been able to watch some of his VODs, and I usually will watch those on the days that I've got Sam. And yeah, it's really cool seeing everything he's done with Decked Out. And I was just watching him earlier today before I put Sam down for his nap. Baldy Beardy, sadly, you missed out on the fact that Sam is sick. So daycare has done its job and has provided us with an illness after 2 days. So we're over the moon. Or moon. And that's actually why I'm streaming today, is because I'm home with him while he's sick and he can't go to daycare. Just love stuff like that. But yeah, definitely was watching his stream today, or his VOD from his stream the other day about the post-mortem of the game. I really can't wait to download the world. It does sound like Season 9 is almost done and over with, which actually kind of makes me sad, because I see stuff like this. Like, I know they did the whole moon thing. Really ought to show Sam Season 8 for the sake of the moon. But I know they did the whole moon thing, and that kind of like ended Season 8, and they had what's it called? Demise in Season 6, and it was like such an all-encompassing thing that eventually, like once that ended, that was it. That was the end of the season. And I know Season 9's going on almost 2 years, because I remember in like January 2 years ago, they were talking about, we usually started after X number of days and stuff. Like, people were like doing whatever they could to speculate when it would happen. It was like pissing people like Doc off. But yeah, it's just sad that it's almost over. And I feel like, the end of Decked Out, which I know he had his own like time frame he was going to end it after, but it just kind of makes me sad to know that at least that's drawing to a close. But is Season 9 actually coming to a close? Like, literally his stuff is the only thing I've seen, so I am grossly out of the loop. Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. They do tend to take breaks for holidays, so I guess they're going to wrap up right around then. And yeah, I hope they take some time off, because I know after Season 8, there was so much burnout. Those guys were just absolutely toast. They were not quite enjoying things as much as they should have. Why is Sam sitting up? They were not enjoying things as much as they should have, so I hope they're able to take a break and refresh and come back stronger. He is literally sitting up right now. Lay down, buddy. Oh, boy. Okay, so Sam is up, but I am going to give him some time to lay back down, because he knows how to do that now, which is not something he knew how to do a month and a half ago. And I really don't want to end the stream just yet. This is going to be so bland, but that's fine. Just get it covered. There you go, buddy. Lay down. I never thought that I would be one of those people who watches his kid lay down and is like, I am so proud of you. It's so much, like, it's so weird. It's so interesting. Like, your kid should know how to lay down, and you think that would be a simple thing to do. But it is not a simple thing. It's nowhere near as simple as you would like to think it is. And now he's sitting back up and crying. Go back to sleep, buddy. It is 1:45. It is not time to be awake yet. This is going to be one seriously early night. He also has only been down for like an hour. Sam. Hopefully you can't actually hear him. He's in a completely different part of the house. Also, Ariella, hello. Welcome. Happy to have you in here. Oh, goodness. It's not the end of the world, dude, that you're awake. Just go back to sleep. Okay. Alright, I can finish carpeting that later. I have to do some detailing in here. Yeah, I don't like how that's turned out so far, but that's fine. Okay, I don't mind how this looks. Because thankfully this is easy enough to texture. So that's not going to be bad. Okay, let's drop this down just a smidge. Throw that in there, that's a bit better. Okay, I have the stairs here. Okay, I'll fix that in due time. Okay, but I'm liking how the paths are shaping up. So this is going to bring the player around. Is my child awake? Okay, good. It's funny, we are kind of at a point in which we gamble, like, is he down? Is he actually down? Is he going to stay down? How long till he gets back up? Right now I'm in the how long until he sits back up stage. Alright, so let's throw a floor in here. I do like having the vertical space down there to use. So this is going to be where one of the temples is. Still have to like figure out what I want to do with the temples. I already know that they're going to be like, little animal designs and stuff like that. But like, what do you do when you get there? Do you just walk into the temple and then, hey, like there's a barrel or a chest or a minecart or something like that, and then boom, there you go, you get your item, you get your relic and you're on your way out? Or do I utilize some of this downward space or this vertical space and make the player, do something to get a relic? So I guess actually I'll ask you guys. So Baldy Beardy, I know you guys played level 3. Professor K, I don't remember if you've played level 3 or not yet. But if you have, what did you guys think about getting one thing and then having to go somewhere else in the dungeon in order to like get the relic? Like in that regards, that one was, here is your piece, and then you have to go way over here, trade your piece in, smelt your piece, whatever, and then boom, now you've got your relic, and then eventually that's what you do to get get the artifact. So kind of what I'm thinking is, like, one of the ideas I have is, here's something here, and then you're out playing over here and you find something and it, says, like monkey piece or whatever, something simple like that. And then you have to bring the monkey piece here to the monkey temple, boom, and there you go. And now you've got, the relic. And then I'm still going to keep all the relics just to get in to get your artifacts kind of thing. But I do like making you work a little bit more for said relics. So you didn't get a chance to play level 3. It's hard on mobile. That makes sense. There is actually a section that's really difficult for that. There's definitely a 3-block gap jump that you have to make. And I do feel kind of bad about that one. But when you do get a chance to play it, I'll be excited to hear your feedback on that one. One of the things that I want to do is I want to make it so there's more enjoyment out of this. I want these to be interactive and involved, but I also don't want it to be like, okay, I'm going to go play a level. I got to set aside an hour or something like that. Okay. So you'll play once winter break is done. That's good. Yeah, definitely give me feedback on that one. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe that Sam is awake and will not lay himself back down. He has been up since 6:15 and he needs more than 1 hour to sleep. Okay, I'm going to give him just a couple more minutes, and if he does not go back down, then I'm going to have to call it. I was hoping I had about another 40 minutes, but I'll have to call it and then go get him. And no worries, Professor K. I don't know if you have to necessarily go back to level 1. Level 3 is coins, or in this case, tokens, and relics. So you can either pursue the coins or the relics to get the artifacts. There's one thing where I'm like, I should fix this, and that's where you're all the way down in the bottom of the level and you have to go all the way back to the top in order to exchange your item for a relic, and then you have to go all the way back down, and it's through one of the most complex segments to do it. So I don't think I would do that one a second time, but that's my own personal feedback to myself. Okay, I don't think he's gonna go back down. I'm gonna have to call it. So I think we're doing okay here, kind of getting there with some of this intro area, some of the upper mountains, and the ugly trees. So yeah, definitely great chatting with you, Professor K. Can't wait to see you soon. Feel free to come and visit, by the way. Once winter break starts, we're not going anywhere, so we have ample time and would love to see you. So thanks for joining today, guys. Appreciate it. And I will catch you maybe Thursday. I'm sure Sam will still be like on that whole men's part, like not quite eligible to go back to daycare yet. So I'll probably stream again on his nap, so I don't have a set time like I would normally. But thanks so much for joining. Appreciate you guys, and I will catch you guys next time.